I just went to the reception. I was like, "Hello, I have a booking here for a weekend." And she asked my passport. I gave. Sorry, sir, your booking was cancelled. And it's midnight, 11 p.m. I don't know what to do. Honestly, we'll for the first time we had full of luggage. I felt of. I don't know. It's very cold, and I thought of giving up actually for the first day itself.
So thank you, Sai, for joining the call today. It is really good to have you here. You have been a very active member of Germany's calling community, and you have been helping a lot of people with your answers around different questions, right? Of around the topic of moving to Germany. So we would like to know more about you. So before moving to the questions, I would like to get a kind of a short introduction of yours, so that our audience
Mhm.
knows who is our current guest, today's guest, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
over to you.
Yeah. Anup, thanks for this. First of all, I should say honor is mine because you have created one such software where people who are interested to move to some other country find making it all easily sorted with different channels. Thanks for doing that and thanks for making this because it helped my journey also to be very easy. I'm Sai. People call me different names because I had long name, very such Sai Lakshman Chowdhury. So people used to call normally Sai. I'm from Hyderabad, basically somewhere nearby Hyderabad. It's Telangana. I work as a DevOps engineer from past 2 to 7 years. I had an experience in DevOps engineering where I work with AWS Cloud, Jenkins, Git, Docker, Terraform, and Kubernetes. So that experience is well regarding the top place in the software industries nowadays. So that keeping this in mind, I just started searching for a career in other countries and then just came to Germany.
Perfect. So yeah, I mean, the next obvious question would be around, what was the reason why you decided to move to Germany, and when was it? When did you decide that you have to basically make a move to another country, and what was the reason basically behind that?
Uh, there are a few interesting reasons. Actually, these are different reasons you never heard from someone else. Actually, I used to work in a company called Smart Shift Technologies in India. So we are mostly into AWS cloud and SAP ABAP and basis. So we had a huge SAP ABAP team where the team is in Germany also. But I worked into AWS cloud. Starting off my career from 2015, I used to see that there are SAP guys who move Germany regularly, like 3 months once. They used to send them Germany, and my project is from US where I don't have an option to move to US, and it's completely not on site and all. There is no on site and all. So what I was like whenever these guys went to Germany, I used to go to them. It's like small organization with 150 employees. So that there is a huge rapport between colleagues that in the small amount. So I used to go them, talk to them. I used to know the information, how is Germany, what you do and all. Then they used to say, bro, if we go to Germany, Germany is not only the thing which we see. We can go to Switzerland, Paris, Prague, Malta, and all. Even Rome is one thing. Then I started, okay, why shouldn't I try this and all? So in 2019, I was about to take a decision whether it's US or Germany or somehow. Then based on the criterias like visa, where visa tension should not be there, where I should be moving to India. If I wanted to go to India, it should be an easiest journey for me. So it's like 10 hours now. We can count like in 10 hours we can be in India. Based upon these conditions, I chose India and to explore. If it's US, just you are in US where you just go with some kind of city center. But when you're into Germany, you can go to different countries, or there are like 28 to 30 countries which you can cover to explore. Basically, I love to ride. In India also, I used to ride from Bangalore. I used to drive to Kurg, Chikmagalur by bike. So I love to ride. That thinking or based upon all these options, which is the best choice and all. Then yeah, Germany I selected. And before coming here, I just had a clear cut. What I say, I went through some the word. I'm not getting that word actually. Um, I explored something about in the internet. How is Germany? What is German process and all. So luckily, one of my cousin's friend works in Germany with JSV.
Mm.
So that's how we got into JSV. I had a discuss, but right, COVID wrapped up everything. So after COVID wrapped up in 2022 February, I filed my application to in the VFS Bangalore in the VFS Bangalore, but it's not a straight away where you need to make yourself waitlisted. Yeah, after waitlisting for 4 5 months, then process went smooth, and then I'm here.
Nice. Yeah, so it's been a couple of months that you're in Germany, right? I think it's been almost 6 months or so.
Yeah, this is 8 months running. I came in the month of September.
Okay, perfect. So, how is Germany treating you so far? So, do you see some kind of, drastic differences when it comes to the lifestyle of India and, the lifestyle of Germany? And how is it, going for you basically? So, are you finding
Mm.
it good in Germany, or do you feel, yeah, I mean, I made a good decision, but now it's kind of hard for me to survive here. So, is that something that you're feeling right now, or are you feeling happy about the decision?
There for every situation, for every decision what we are taking, there are some props and cons. So here also I had props to see one thing which is positive way is like the quality of living, work-life balance. These two made a good thing. A quality of living in the sense the set of rules which the government employs in Germany particularly. So where even while crossing the road, you need to wait for a good signal and you should cut only at the signal. There are some few conditions which made your way of life, quality of life to be good than before. Coming to work also, normally in India, I used to work for rotational shifts where I go for 24/7 rotational shifts.
Mm.
So weekly, it changes weekly. But here it's not like that. I used to be here in office, but by 8 or 8:30 probably, and then by evening 4 or 4:30, it's like complete 9 hours where 1 hour is for lunch break or something like that. So 8 hours where we can actually successfully use and and in the evenings you can have your own time after 5. You can have your own time where that is missed in India. And one more thing is regarding props, you don't have such a good huge community of friends where we had in India. You'll be missing your festivals. You'll be missing your birthday celebrations with friends and all. Excluding that, being a bachelor, even I expect sometimes all these kind of things. So those are the only missing things I'm feeling. But remaining all work wise and career wise, it's very good for me.
Hmm. So, did you make some good friends here already in the last 6 8 months, or are you still struggling to make friends here?
To be honest, I came to Germany with none of the friends, with zero of my friends except one of my cousin's friend who's in Cologne. Um, After coming here, I initially came to Berlin. I'm in Berlin for 7 days. I didn't got any place to stay, any sublets or. So what I planned is I took one help of one Tamil guy. His name is Nandagopal. So what he said me is choose some locations which are close to Berlin. So that's how I started searching for Dresden, Halle, Leipzig, and Chemnitz. So finally in Chemnitz, I got a place to stay where the owner is very good, and the rent is very cheap here. Very cheap for a shared rooms. So you get a shared, so your separate private bedroom, kitchen is shared. After me coming here, there were people in India who are struggling to get the accommodations, who are coming on job seeker visas. So what I did is randomly will be friends in Facebook groups and WhatsApp group, right? Whoever asked me help, I started helping them, and in this apartment, I had 6 Indians who came with my reference. Yeah. So because even though here in the 6 1 2 3, we three got job actually on job seeker visa. One guy is from Kerala. One guy recently, I think in our GSC there is Vijay. Recently he added. So there are few friends which I bought them here. I mean they are not friends from university or colleagues and all. They're just random friends in the Facebook. And then they used to talk to me every day. What's the conditions and all. So I used to say them, see, being in Berlin costs you 600 euros, and you are on job seeker visa. You need to think on your savings also, expenditures and all. Come here with 300 to 350 euros, you will get a good 22-meter square rooms. Uh, so it's nice. 6 months after 6 months, you can move to any place or you can relocate to any part of Germany. That's not a big deal. You can happily search. You'll have your privacy and all. So they listened to me and they came. And yeah, they are also getting success. That's a happy moment for me. That's explaining it.
Perfect. That's a great thing that you're doing, man. I'm happy
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
perfect. Yeah, so let's jump a bit towards your domain and the area of your work or your expertise. So you said you are into the DevOps domain, right? So you have been
Engineering,
working
yes,
on
sure.
AWS and DevOps. So could you please explain us to the basically to the audience who are also into DevOps that what's the kind of a job market in Germany for DevOps, and also what are technologies and languages should these people who are looking for a job in Germany should be, upskilling on? So if you can guide them basically on that.
As per my expectation, in Germany, there are 5,000 plus DevOps jobs. Only considering Germany, we have 5,000 jobs, and so for any job, I cannot say only this is for particular DevOps. Comparing to all the job industry, what you need to do is marketing. Marketing yourself in the industry is the one major thing where you should market yourself in LinkedIn or Zing. And I don't know whether people use these websites or not. There are some websites which you should actually use. It's like kind of Naukri and
Mhm.
Monster in India. So normally LinkedIn is one of the biggest chance, LinkedIn and Zing. So in Zing, what happens is even though you see most of the German jobs, try to apply it. Okay, you'll get it. You had a chance. Okay, because I got selected through Zing and I'm not good at German. Still, I'm just pursuing my German course. So LinkedIn, Zing, there is something called honeypot.io. So honeypot.io is something which you can create your profile and you get the calls from the recruiters. You don't need to always go and apply them. And in the same way, there is something called talent.io. Talent.io also is the same thing. And Indeed is one of the biggest thing which you should do. So these five are the main things which I had considered. Monster and all that doesn't help much, but I don't know other cases. Coming to particularly DevOps engineer role, so DevOps is somewhere vast. Okay, so normally what you need to know for clear DevOps engineer is you need to have your at least one cloud experience. What are the cloud? AWS, Azure, or GCP, or Alibaba Cloud? Something. One cloud experience is mandatory, and it's better if you have an OS experience in both Windows and Linux.
Mhm.
And the third thing is that some scripting language where you should be good with Python is one of the preferred, and one CI/CD tool like Jenkins or TeamCycle, and Git or Git and GitHub repository. It's better if you had GitLab. It's an updated version where you can even do pipeline through GitHub Actions or GitLab. There's something GitLab. I'm not sure, but I didn't work on. So there's something where you can create a pipeline using GitLab. And finally, Docker and Kubernetes is one of the major things where you get most of the calls. So in DevOps, this is a particular thing, but there is something where you have below DevOps called SRE, Site Reliability Engineers, where if you're not good at Kubernetes or Docker, that's okay. You can still get jobs. So what I suggest to the people who apply for the DevOps engineers, don't apply only for DevOps engineers. It's a personal choice, but try to apply some of the SRE jobs also because DevOps is somewhere related to SRE. All these job descriptions are very close and very near to each other. So better you go with both DevOps and SREs. But while creating your resume, try to figure out how to change your JD accordingly, how to make your cover letters accordingly. I have been attended around 40 interviews nearly. So in the initial days, what I felt in India is, I mean, when we are in India, we don't face this kind of HR routes, a 1 hour HR round, half an hour HR round. So initial 10-15 interviews where I gave my HR rounds are rejected, honestly, because I don't know the way to answer because it's like quite self-made, right? What I don't know. I don't have any friends, and it's everything using GACs, using YouTube. I got to know collected information and just came. So what I did is 10 15 interviews gone, honestly. Then started getting original calls. That's a practice for me. That 15 20 calls went for a practice. Later I attended another 20 calls. So five companies went in first round, and where five companies into technical assessments, and it's good. And finally I had the three offer letters in my hand. I chose one.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It sounds great. I mean, you applied for so many companies from India and you finally landed up with three offers in your hand. So that's a really great news to hear.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No,
So
no. I
how much
came
time
here.
how much time did it take you for, from starting applying to the first job till the day when you received three offers? What was the time period?
When I'm in India, I honestly didn't give any interviews when I'm in India.
Okay.
On September 15th, I landed here in job seeker visa.
Okay.
So starting from September 15th, um, uh, on November 29th, I had my first offer letter in my hand. So that's quite 2 months period.
2 months. Yeah.
But yeah, because September month I have just wasted. September for 1 week I was in Berlin. I was in the jet lag. So
Mm.
it took time for me 1 week to get adjusted, and after again moving from Berlin to Chemnitz, it took some time to get settled down. Come, honestly, from September 28th, I started applying jobs, and November 29th is the offer letter, first offer letter which I had, and it's hardly 2 months, 60 days, where we can say it's pure hard work where weekends, what I can do in the weekends, we used to, me or my friend who came, there's another guy who came after me in the month of October. So what we used to do, we used to apply in the weekends more, Friday evening, Saturday evening, and Sunday evening. So we used to get calls on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday is like we don't get much calls. So there are days which we gave five interviews a day because there isn't any time. It's been only 6 months, and December is a freeze time for us. December and January goes under freeze time.
Yeah.
So if you miss October and November, I should again wait till February, and February my visa will miss. There isn't no option
Mm.
for me. So that's how we planned a day. Even three meetings a day we planned. We worked it. It succeeded.
Mm.
Yeah.
Understood. I have a question around the requirement for the JSP. So you said you applied to several jobs while you were in India, right? So did you feel that you really need to apply for a JSV back then, or were you comfortable even applying directly from India? Were you confident that you might get a job even if you are, directly applying from India and not going to Germany? What do you
Uh,
think about that?
yeah, honestly, it's pure luck sometimes, and it depends upon hard work also. But in India, if you apply for 100 companies, you get like three, four calls or five calls maximum, and you need to
Mm.
select the visa sponsorship companies, and then only you can apply. You cannot directly apply for the companies which doesn't provide visa sponsorship also. Even though if you crack the interview, if they came to know that you are not in Germany, they just simply reject you.
Mm.
What I prefer to say, whoever watch this video or whoever go to this video, when you apply for a job seeker visa, you get the time slot. I mean, waiting time. You have around 5 to 6 months of waiting time. In this 5 to 6 months of waiting time, give your best from applying job from India. Give your best. Try to apply for 1 hour, 2 day, 1 hour a day, or make it out. At least select some random companies, mark them, apply, make an Excel sheet, prepare an Excel sheet. Okay, if you are rejected, just mark it red. If you are okay, just mark it green, which until which round you have been done. Once you are in German, if your luck was not good, even if your hard work is 100%, luck is not good, at some other day you'll get a job seeker visa appointment. Okay, go to the appointment, submit all your documents, get visa approved, then come here. And this is also process where it takes 1 2 months, in the 1 month at least, to fly. After appointment takes 1 month to fly back to Germany. Try to apply, what I mean to say. But once you came here, what I wanted to say is, whatever the companies you have updated in your Excel sheet while you are in India, come here, create a new email ID, somehow you get a new phone number here, right? And then reapply to the companies. Make modifications accordingly. Just go to the company portal, check if the job is still available, and then apply further. That's the first thing. And while applying, make sure the JD is perfect. According to the JD, your resume is perfect.
Hmm.
And third thing is make a very good cover letter with three paragraphs. Who are you? What you do? Why should you the company hire you? What's your talents if in case? The four just four small three lines paragraphs. That's it. In the cover letter, initially when the interviews are getting rejected, what I added in the cover letter is on the top of cover letter. For your information, I am on job seeker visa, valid till February 28, 2023. So this is what the line which people then no none of the HR after this mentioned in the cover letter, none of the HR asked like which visa are you on? They didn't give a call for which visa. It's clear cut letting them know that I'm on job seeker visa. Uh, yeah, these are the things which I followed while I'm here applying to different companies.
Understood. Yeah, that was a well thought out and well planned process, I would say. And that would definitely help the viewers as well in planning their journey, right, on a JSV. So yeah, let's
Correct.
jump a bit more deeper into the JSV process. So you said you applied from Bangalore
Correct.
BFS, right?
We
So,
can't.
what was the visa process, and how does the process look like, and how much time did it take you for from the day you applied for the appointment till the day you received the actual JSV visa in your hand? And yeah, so just trying to understand the whole process.
Yeah. Basically, I'm from Hyderabad. I mean, I worked in Bangalore until May 2022. So, but my visa appointment is in the month of July. So, what happened is actually I belongs to Hyderabad. I don't have any residence proof or something in Hyderabad in Bangalore actually. What a Hyderabad guy or Chennai guy should do is they should go to Chennai consulate and do. But what I tilted is like I have somehow my bank account statement is in the Bangalore address. So it's completely there. To be honest, it's completely what I took a strong decision to apply to Bangalore consulate because Chennai is being very late. So
Hmm.
I just applied to Bangalore consulate in the month of February 2022. And in the month of July 5th, I got an email saying that slot is open for you. Please book the slot. And July 19th is my slot day. Uh, July 23rd, just within 4 days, I got a call from the consulate saying that, oh no, I gave my visa interview in consulate. And then VFS gave me a call, come and collect your passport. And I don't know whether it's stamped or not. After collecting the passport only, I came to know that stamped, visa is stamped. So in this process, uh, while I went to consulate, nowadays it's VFX. They collect your documents and they send you back. But
Yeah.
when I went to consulate, the consulate lady, VFS I mean the German consulate lady started asking like, "Oh, you're from Andhra?" And I was, "Yes, ma'am." So then why did you came to Bangalore consulate? He asked me this question. Then I was like, "Ma'am, even being from Andhra, I have been from 2013. I have been in Bangalore." So even I had a residence proof in Bangalore. So my bank statement shows that residence proof. So that's what the reason I applied for Bangalore consultant. Somehow, honestly, she accepted it. It went well. It went well, and she started asking questions. So where are you working? Why didn't you
Hmm.
try it from your company? So I gave some answers to her, and then she asked like where you wanted to fly. I wanted to fly to Berlin. And then she was like, "Why Berlin? Cost-effective state, and it's capital city of Germany." Uh, I gave two chances to her, and honestly, at that time, there is no last year, no medical insurance, health insurance was mandatory.
Hmm.
Last year, even health insurance they didn't care actually, even they didn't have any kind of insurance. But I have submitted my travel insurance for 6 months. That's it. Nothing much trouble which I had, and I had a DD demand draft of 6,300 rupees, which is visa fees. Now it's 88 in INR, but that time it's 80 rupees, 80 in
Hmm.
INR. €1 is 80 INR, so it's like
Yeah.
6,300 where I paid. Yeah, that's it. All good. Remaining all went smooth process. Then got a call from VFS saying that please come and collect your passport. They have took my original degree also in the consulate, and I got both original degree and passport.
Okay. So you
That's
you
all.
were required to submit your original degree when you applied for the visa, right?
Yes, we need to.
Okay, understood. And you said it took you around 5 to 6 months from the day you booked the appointment till the day you got the visa, right?
Yeah, honestly, yes.
Yeah. Okay, understood. Then we would also like to understand the expenses that you had to incur during the whole visa process. So you said there was around 6,000 rupees cost for the
Hmm.
visa, right? So that's one cost. And other than that, did you apply for a premium lounge kind of thing on VFS? No, right?
Um, in VFS you'll have premium launch, but in consulate you don't have this. In
Ah,
Bangalore
yeah.
consulate, I didn't have premium launch, so it's consulate pure consulate. So I didn't went to premium launch. The other thing is that you need to show some amount in your account, like around. I have been showing 6 lakhs. Just one day before that, I got amount credited into my account. I had a statement, bank statement of 6 lakhs rupees, where each paper is signed and sealed by bank. Hard copy is signed and sealed by the bank. That shows that I had a valid proofs of six lakhs Indian rupees to survive in Germany. So that's one thing. Other than that, nothing much. Only these two are the money related and health insurance. Obviously, they charge. I took Reliance travel insurance, where it charged around 3,400 or 3,500 rupees.
Mm.
But now,
So you
now it's
said,
not.
sorry, so you said just one day before you transferred the 6 lakh rupees to your bank account. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, correct.
So what I have heard so far is that you need to maintain a minimum balance of around 5 to 6 lakhs for at least 40 to 45 days. So isn't that a requirement anymore? Or
No, that's not a requirement because I'm sure on this, my interview is on Tuesday, and I think Saturday or Sunday the amount got created from different friends. I have been taking from different friends. I mean, amount got created
Hmm.
on Saturday or Sunday, and Monday I just took out. I went to the bank and I got the statement. That's it.
Okay, okay, understood. So
See,
basically, you
uh,
just need to show your current bank balance and not a kind of an average of last 45 or 60 days, right?
even somehow, I mean, people who are going on job seeker visa, they'll have an average salary, right? That doesn't make any mistake. I mean, like that doesn't make a problem actually. Just
Hmm.
on the current day of your interview, after once you give the interview, actually you can distribute that money. If you bought from some of your friends, you can actually give them back. That's what I followed.
Hmm. Okay, understood.
So, yeah.
And also considering the flight charges, so what were your costs around that? So you also booked your flight as well, right? And did you also book
Hmm.
a temporary accommodation even before you moved to Germany?
That's actually a sad story of mine. The first time when I thought of leaving Germany, I just felt bad. For flying from Hyderabad to Berlin, it's like around 40,000 Indian rupees one way. Uh,
Hmm.
because I booked somewhere like 15, 20 days before, so it costed me more. It's not 35,000 or 36,000. It's a good deal. Um, so actually, before coming to Germany, there is some hostel called in Berlin called Neo Hostel, which is very cheapest per day. It's like 20 euros, so kind of thing. So actually, it's like first time, so I don't know whether to pay or not to pay. I opted on option called pay later, pay the hotel option. No, I just choose that. But the unknown fact of mine is like at least 2 days before you are coming to the hostel, you need to pay that.
Mm.
So it's first time I'm in Germany. I don't know how to book a tram ticket. But I told you right in the past story, I worked with a Tamil guy called Nandagopal.
Yeah.
So I just gave him a call, and he started. So, okay, this is how you need to ticket. There's a mission. Okay, you need to ticket. Just punch in the time. You get into the tram. This is the place you need to get down. This is the place you need to go. And he guided me. So until my tram journey from airport to Neo Hostel. Grunau, nearby Grunau, someplace okay, in Berlin. Uh, I just went to the reception. I was like, "Hello, I have a booking here for a weekend." And she asked my passport. I gave. Sorry, sir, your booking was cancelled. And it's midnight, 11 p.m. I don't know what to do. Honestly, we'll for the first time we had full of luggage. I felt of. I don't know. It's very cold. and I thought of giving up actually for the first day itself. But no, I challenged many people because I had a good package in actually very good package. But I challenged and came here, so I was like, no, people will think some what they think. I was like into different mood swings in that hour. I sat in a bus stop in for 1 hour and then I chose and then I opened a booking.com app, just got some random hotel nearby for 10,000 rupees. And I mean, like it's a 100 euros, 100, 108 euros, 110 euros they charge. So there you need some place to stay. I just stayed the night, and after getting the hotel room, I just had some. I just got relaxed and started looking for the cheapest hotels in Berlin. I got one hostel called 180 Degrees. I went there. I stayed there because it's like September, right? Most of the tourists come. You don't get easily hotels or hostels. So luckily for 3 days I got there, and 2 days again I got in the Neo hostel. Five these 7 days I was like walking the whole Berlin. I'm just traveling now. I one day there. One day there. So in this meanwhile, I started looking for a place. That's how I came to Chemnitz. So that's kind of emergency at that time. But yeah, that all made a positive impact that we should get a job. So
Yeah,
that's
perfect.
where
I
it
mean, it
started.
was a struggle, right? So I think it's good to have some initial struggle so that you know kind of understand the whole process and you go through the that grind, and you know that's really important basically to
Anup,
understand the process.
honestly, I mean, like being in Germany for the first time, none of your friends know, and so you are in a hostel and you don't know where to go, how
Yeah.
to talk to people because they speak in German. You know what kind of food you need to order. So like 1 2 days it took time, and then I understood. Like, let's go to KFC. That's that's a whole struggle happened in Germany.
Yeah, thank you for sharing all that experience that you had, right, once you came to Germany. I think that's really important for everyone who's planning their move to Germany to understand that there are multiple things that might go wrong, right? So you shouldn't expect that everything will be as planned because there are things that
Yeah,
can go wrong. So you should be prepared for that. So thanks a lot.
correct.
So let's move a bit towards the language part of your job. So I've heard a lot that Germany is a country, right, where German is really important, and I have also experienced that myself in the last 4 years.
Mhm.
But when it comes to DevOps and your particular domain, what do you think, or what do you suggest people who are in India and planning to move to Germany, that should they start learning German while they are still in India, or do you suggest that okay, so focus more on your job search, and once you are in Germany, then maybe start learning German? So what is your experience and what would you suggest?
And I can say this in two types actually. So if you want directly job from India and you're only on that, just learn German there and you can come fly here and then do that, start working. I mean, like if you're not ready into the JS and if you want directly job in India, just better they go to German classes and get a good job. And people who are actually if people who are applying for JSV, what I suggest them is somehow you had waiting time of 5 months, 4 months, or 5 months, right? In this meanwhile, if you had a chance per day an hour, well, at least complete your A2 level or B1 level, such that you'll have more chances of getting B1. I mean, more chance of getting accepting your job applications.
Mm,
Because almost all the MNCs, whatever you mark the MNC, Infosys, Deloitte, Accenture, TCS, CA, they all required at least a B1 level language. Whatever the industry are going to work or whatever the technology you are going to work. So this is mandatory thing for all the MNCs. But if in case you don't had you don't had a language skills and all, don't worry. Okay, even you had a 60 to 70% of chance in DevOps, where without your language, without German language, at least not even A1, you can get a job. Okay, there is no specific rule that you need to have language because DevOps is something which you work with all the global teams. It's not. Sometimes you interact with the customers, so for that reason, people ask you German language,
mm,
and the company employees speak German. So that's one reason. But honestly, when you speak, most of the customers you speak, you have global customers where you speak English. So, and you should be working. Why again the language constant comes? Since there is sometimes where you need to speak with developers and test engineers, and if they were into German language, then that's a mandatory. But normally, even though without language, there is 60 to 70% of chance out of 100 interview applications, you can get 70% accepted, 60 to 70% accepted. Uh, uh, that's it. But better if you can learn language. What is is if you can learn language, leave about job, leave about career. Your way of living in Germany will be, it makes you easy. That's one
Hmm.
suggestion I can actually give. That I felt what I felt. So
Hmm.
there sometimes some people help you even though if you don't know German, but some people actually doesn't help you if you don't know German. There are some cases which I've faced.
Yeah, so you rightly said about learning German and the importance of having a German knowledge when you are moving to Germany. But I would also like to understand your personal experience. So, did you learn German, and if so, what is your current level of German? And would you like to share something around that?
No, before coming to German, actually even I don't know Guten Morgen. Honestly, I don't know Guten Morgen is called good morning. Okay.
Mm,
After coming to German, I understood the language importance to survive here. Even I got few suggestions from few friends, one or two friends saying that learn German, it will make easy, even in the groups of Facebook and all. But honestly, I ignored their suggestion and all. But after coming here, I understood like okay, we need to learn German because if I go to the supermarket stores and all, you need to buy sugar milk and you don't know what's the I used to use Google Translate and just search for the items in the stores. So then I came to a decision that we need to learn German. I started my classes now. I'm able to complete my A1 in this coming week. A1 will get completed, and then next A2. So it's like I'm having a direct personal class with a
mm,
girl from India. So I think you heard about her, Tanu. She's called Tanu. So I'm directly having personal class with her, not a group class. I'm
mm.
having personal. It's going good and well. So for now, I now I am good with some introducing myself, reading the words in the boards or notices. Yeah, it's pretty well now.
Perfect. Yeah, so thanks a lot for sharing the importance of having the German knowledge, and I also feel good that you have started learning. I haven't learned much, but I've also done till A2, and I think it's really important to know at least the basics of German if you want to, if you are planning to continue to live in Germany, because there are a lot
Correct.
of things that you should be knowing, even the minute things like Guten Morgen, right, Guten Tag, so those kind of things you should at least know so that you can greet others when you're in Germany.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
definitely.
And one more thing, during the interviews also, even the recruiter or HR speaks in English, but if you try to wish in German language, and the interaction starts very pleasant moment with the interviewer.
Mm,
Actually, I felt this in 2 3 interviews.
definitely. Okay, so let's talk a bit about the cost of living in Germany. So it's been more
Mhm.
than 6 months for you now in Germany, right? And you are staying in a shared apartment, that I understand. But in general, so what do you think is the cost of living in Germany for a single person? And how is it, when it's compared to the cost of living back in Hyderabad? So do you see a kind of a 5x or 10x increase in the cost of living? Or do you see it's kind of comparable to how it was in India? So just to understand
Uh,
it.
so normally, uh, I'm not much into big cities like Berlin or Frankfurt and Munich. I didn't actually visit them till.
Mm,
But I went to Salzburg, Austria, where expense is more. That's another thing. But coming to Germany, now I'm staying like wherever you go, these stores, Lidl or you have some European stores, right? Lidl, Netto, Penny, and all. These are kind of same costs you have with milk, sugar, and all. So cost of living in Germany depends upon how much you're paying for the apartments you have actually rented.
exactly. Mhm.
Okay, it is not related to how much you are purchasing from the stores because almost the stores are with same cost. You get the same milk, you get the same curd, but if you need some kind of different Indian spices, yes, then that will be some expensive in the Indian stores because they need to import them. Excluding that, Uh, uh, it depends. Now I'm in Chemnitz. I complete my whole expense in 500 euros, honestly. Because 280 is my rent and 220 is more than euro per day. 10 euros is more than enough here. But one of my friend who stays in Berlin, um, uh, he's being in a shared apartment. Honestly, like uh, unexpectedly, he met a guy who is from same Telugu state, and he owns the complete apartment and he rents it. Okay, the other
Hmm.
guy rents that. So he places two beds in a room where he gives 370 per bed. So in the Berlin, 370 euros is one of the best thing I
Yeah.
mean to say. So now, if you don't have any plan for your family and all, and if your job is remote, what you can do is if you can stay in some remote places like Chemnitz or Leipzig or Dresden, such that you can get a good one shared or full apartment with 500 to 600 euros. And if you're single, obviously with 800 or 900 euros, you'll complete your complete month. Or with if it's with family, I met one Indian guy in Chemnitz. He had a wife and kid, so he manages his complete expenses with 1200 euros, which is not a big deal in Germany actually. So 1200 euros, to be honest, if you are in Berlin or Munich and Frankfurt, you used to pay for rent itself, only for rent. But here everything is done. So whatever you are going to plan your expense, choose your accommodation accordingly. If
Hmm.
you're paying more accommodation, then that's actually not needed paying more for the accommodation. What I mean to say, because if you get a private room with shared kitchen, that's okay. You'll get a good educate. You can get more prepared for your jobs and be ready with that. Later on, once you got the job, you can relocate. Right? That's that time. It's not a big deal for us. So people who come on Joyce, if they can select this, Leipzig is a good chance. Leipzig, Berlin, some places of Berlin, it's very cheap. So if they can choose accordingly, that would be a good option for them.
Yeah. So in general, I think the most expensive thing in Germany is the rent. And if you can
Yeah,
manage somehow to find a, very low cost apartment or something around that, then you can basically save a lot.
correct.
That's
Yeah,
the, the high level goal or high level idea basically here. Yeah,
yeah,
perfect. So let's also talk about the quality of living in India and Germany. So you kind of touched upon that topic earlier, but let's dive a bit deeper into that topic. So currently you are in Germany. It's been 6, 8 months. How do you feel the quality of life here? Do you see kind of a drastic difference when it comes to how it was back in Hyderabad, that is India, and how is it currently in Germany?
being from the south part of India, I'm okay with the climate. Actually, it's very cool here. My hometown is just nearby coal mines. Then you should understand the way of heat which we feel when we are near just 30 kilometers or 20 kilometers. We had coal mines just from my hometown. So it's one of the best thing which I feel being in a coldest place and all. Second thing is like it's been 7 months which we are speaking. I have been from September. I never used at least a single medicine here till date. It's been 7 months. Not even paracetamol. Also, I never had even a paracetamol. So that shows the health thing. No pollution kind of thing. It's comparatively, it's like good uh, out of pollution. First thing, out of
Hmm.
pollution, out of crowded places. So yeah, that's the only drastic change. But somehow you'll be missing those environments from childhood. You have grown in different environment. You'll be missing that sometimes. And Sundays are literally, I don't know. I'm literally feeling bad on Sundays. When Sunday is coming, I was like, oh, Sunday. Like if we are in the weekend in India, it'll be like, yeah, it's weekend. But here, if it's weekend, you just, you feel like a bored kind of thing on Sundays. Everything is closed. You don't see a single person over here. That's one thing which I actually didn't like. Only Sundays, remaining all will be good. And one last thing to be mentioned: every shops will get closed by 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. maximum. And after that, you don't
Hmm.
see any guy or any shop open. That's one thing which we need to make ourselves. I mean, like in India, if you go 10 o'clock, also you get something to eat or something. But it's better if you can plan accordingly by 7 p.m. And for Sundays, if you can plan on Fridays or Saturdays, that those should be always remembered or kept in mind. Yeah.
Mm.
So those
Yeah,
things.
so there are a lot of differences when it comes to the culture and the way of living in Germany, right? When compared to India. So you also mentioned earlier that there is a difference when it comes to the way of working, because here in
Mm.
Germany, people are, more focused on their personal lives, and they consider personal life more important as compared to the office life or the working hours.
Correct.
So they
Yeah.
definitely cut themselves off from the work when it is say 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. After that, it's their personal time, and they don't really want to do
Even
any work.
to add to this point, even what I observed in Germany is you even don't have your colleagues' mobile numbers also. You will not get their mobile numbers. And I don't know, they gave me one business phone. I was like, why is this? When it's some kind of emergency, we'll call you on this number. That's it. So they didn't answer. They didn't, till now my HR didn't collect my, I mean, in the initial days of after the interview, in the initial days, after my onboarding process, she didn't even collect my mobile number yet. So that's how they give an privacy for their personal life.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
one thing which
that's
I
that's
liked.
really a good thing and a good change, I would say, for especially for people who have been working a lot in India and working really hard in India. For them, it would be a bit relaxing situation if they move to basically Germany, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
will be kind of a life-changing situation for them, I would say.
Life changing in the sense in the way of work life balance. It's honestly life changing.
Exactly.
Uh, but when you are financial kind of thing, when you think of finance, I should earn lot, save lot. For the first
Mm,
2 years, don't expect in German. For the
mm,
first years, first only for no, I'm not saying completely. For the first 1 or 2 years, you don't expect in Germany because what I've observed in Germany, who are on job seekers, I don't know about other people who are coming from India and all. So who are on job seeker visa, we had very less time in our hand. First thing. Second thing is we don't have German culture experience where we come in the, working with German employees and all, colleagues and all. Third thing is like we have worked, we these many years we used to work with the US culture and this is some kind of Europe culture, what we call. So based upon these three conditions and language, sorry to mention language, fourth condition. So based upon time, language, working culture, initially you will be hired with a less salary. Honestly, don't feel bad. This is the correct thing.
mm.
You'll be hired with very less salary, not even very less salary. You'll get 60K to 70K based upon your years, maximum up to 80K, maximum. That is maximum. But once you join in any company here, it's my honest suggestion. So when we came from other country to here, India to here, you know, I can't say that we are not interested in savings. Yes, we'll be interested. What I mean, you start working with German company, whatever the offer you got 60K or 70K, you just start yourself working. After working for 1 year or 1.5 year, in this meanwhile, you just start learning your German language. Be perfect with your German language, B1 or B2 levels. And now we are ready with your language. Now we are ready with German culture. And now we had a German experience. So the next choosing company, which you will have a drastic change in your salary. What I had actually, I mean, went through many Google forms and all, blocks and all. So you'll have a drastic change where you get from 60K to 90K or 85K single time. Who had 80, they get a 100,000. So that's
Mm.
don't feel bad initial days. Yeah, if you had less salary, so just try to accept.
Understood. So let's dive deeper into your educational background, where you come from, and your history, right? So which all companies you have worked before, just to get an idea of, what is your experience and what all things or what all domains and what all technologies you have worked with in the past, just to get a very high level overview.
Oh yeah, I have completed my graduation in 2013 from my hometown. It's just nearby Hyderabad called Khammam, KHAMMAM Khammam. So I have completed my bachelor's of technology in electronics and communications in 2013. After 2013, 2000, I was just right, Hyderabad learning courses. I went through many software courses, mainly into AWS cloud and to Linux OS and all. So in 2015, I started working with one company in Bangalore.
Mhm.
Uh, Till my life to Germany, I was with the same company for 7 years. So I don't have any much that actually that created a very positive vibes in the recruiters mind. So
Yeah.
long term experience is one of the best choice in Germany. If you work for 3 months or 2 months in any company, better you remove that from your resume and say that you are on vacation. That's it. that helps you a lot actually. So until I came to Germany, I was on the same into the same company. So I didn't have much outside experience. So from fresher to 7 years, I was with the same company.
Understood.
Yeah.
So basically, according to you, it makes your resume a lot stronger if you are working in the same company for over 3 to 4 years, and German
Correct.
companies really appreciate that kind of a resume, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Even
perfect.
not only Germany, sometimes even India also they prefer that resume, the top.
Mm. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so throughout this discussion, you shared a lot of tips and tricks for people who are looking for jobs in Germany, right, from India. So, is there anything else that you would like to share with the viewers, which you have not covered already? So, something which they can basically implement in their day-to-day life or their job search process, which they can implement and then improve their job search process. So, anything around that?
So, see, I have been with many WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups also. I have been with
Mm,
Chennai guys, I have been with Bangalore. So, what I suggest if you're in Chennai or Bangalore, so Chennai, it's been already there are some people who are waiting from 1 year to get the appointment. Okay. What I recommend them is don't get worried. There's a chance for you. You'll have a day. You'll have your day to come to Germany. But this meanwhile, prepare yourself for everything. Get ready. You had a good option now. So, as I said previously, try from India. If that doesn't, make the list of your companies. Keep ready the companies. So you are habituated already. You are habituated to give the interviews in German. How to give the interviews for the German culture. So once you are here, your work will be very easy. The kind of guy who don't know anything came here and he took 1 month full only for experience to get interview experience. But you are already into the experience mode of interviews. So here, once you are here, you can apply for the companies and get it sorted out. And second thing is like, if you're not good at language, okay, don't go for MNCs. Now
mm,
somehow your profile get rejects. Third thing is like, even though you get rejections, don't fall down or don't think that you are going over the situation. This is because, I face like 60 rejections, 70, 80, every day, 2 mails of rejections, 3 mails of rejections in these 2 months. I know how bad it feels when we are getting rejections,
mm,
how down we become. But every rejection is an experience. Every rejection is a comeback for you. So if you got rejected, even the resume or job description says that is in English language. Even if you got rejection, don't worry. Correct your resume. You know where you are doing mistake or something. There might be some mistake in your application process initial days. Sit down, correct yourself, just go through the points, and if you have done one interview, just try to analyze yourself. Everything went down or all went good or all went not went good and all.
mm.
And fifth point is be prepared for the behavioral round or managerial skills round, because one of the most needed round. Even if you're technically like you're 70 or 80%, that's okay for them. They will train you, but behavioral wise you should be good.
Mm,
Behavioral skills they expect, how do you fit in the team, what are your expectations from the team or from the company, how can you help the company grow, and how can you grow yourself. So these points are very mandatory things for German employers. So they doesn't look at your technical and based upon technical and oh he's 100% good at technical. That doesn't help you. You should be even 100% good at behavioral skills. So these are the things which I actually wanted to mention.
mm,
And the last point is make your JD and cover letter suitable for every job.
mm.
Try to change it. Or what? There's a trick for DevOps engineers actually. Anup. So DevOps is kind of something. OS. I mean, whatever the tools I have mentioned, right? From each to pick 2 points, like 2, 3 main points. Just add your resume. So you actually, for other things, you need to plan according to the JD. But DevOps, that is smart tip where every tool can be covered in single resume.
Mm,
So
understood.
all the tools should at least 2 points about a one tool. So it makes one page resume, and you can that's actually helps you a lot.
Mm,
Where if they went for ATS scan also, you'll have all tools mentioned. All tools will be scanned. Everything will be listed in your resume. That makes
mm.
your life easier than always changing your resume. This is one tip where they can follow.
Perfect. On this note, I would also like to understand whether you used a European format resume when you were applying, or was it a normal format of resume?
Yeah, I used European format. I used
Okay.
some application called in some website called app. So I'll just bring you back. Uh, One URL I have used where it charges for 14 days. They charges 99 cents.
Mm,
For 14 days, they charge 99 cents. But you get lot of templates. So whenever you can get lot of cover letter templates and all. So whenever you want to edit some name in the cover letter, normally if you had some PDF, you need to edit on type and all, right? So it's kind of different UI where you can just click one click, you can edit and then download. So you'll get download in PDF format. That's really cool website. That's how
mm.
app-online.cvs.co.uk something. I don't remember the name exactly, but seriously helps people a lot. I mean, it's you. I tried to get in Google somehow after like 10 days of research somehow I got it, but it's really nice.
Okay. So yeah, you can share the link with me and I'll post it in the video description. That
Sure.
should be fine for the viewers. But yeah, I think we can discuss a lot about all these topics, and I mean, we can discuss for hours and hours, right? So, but we have to
Correct.
definitely limit this video to maximum 1 hour or so. So that's why we have to cut this short. And thanks a
Yeah.
lot for sharing all this information that you shared today. I believe it will
Yeah.
be, kind of a gem for the viewers, because those who are struggling to understand the job seeker visa process and everything around that, I think it's a really helpful video for them. Because if I were
Uh,
one of the job seekers, I would have definitely found this useful because of your experience and everything that you have shared in this video.
yeah.
Yeah.
If any doubts regarding this, actually, I like you because the inputs you are giving for the people who are coming to Germany. And even though if you're not, I mean, see, you cannot always be active. You have some professional life and personal life and all. But you made many people to get meted in one place. Where if someone doesn't know, someone helps. That's actually good thing. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I mean, it's working only because of experts like you who already made the move, and you know the whole process, and you are now able to help others, and you are willing to do that. I think the community is able to work and function only because of experts like you. So thanks for you being there as an expert.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Thank you so much.
once again, I mean, we have to cut this short, and we are already over time. So
Yeah.
thanks a lot for joining this video, and definitely, I mean, we should schedule another call to discuss more about how this is going for you in
Yeah.
Germany and all the details around it.
Actually, see, if you had a good plan with 10 people or 15 people with resume creation and all, you can one day plan for this and we can make it out. That helps a lot.
Perfect. We can plan for a live kind of a session where people can ask you
Correct.
questions about their resume, their CV, and things like that. Definitely
Correct.
makes
Correct.
sense, and I'm looking forward to it. So
Thank you
thank
so
you,
much.
Sai, for joining this call today, and I wish you a really good rest of the day, and
Yeah. Yeah.
also really good luck for your future endeavors, and be really a good contributor in our GIC community as you're already. But yeah,
Yeah.
please be there. We really need your support there. So thank
Thank you so
you. Have
much.
a nice
I'll
day.
be there for you. Cheers. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.